So good morning everyone. So today we are going to start the series of physiology in which going to cover the Sembulingams physiology. Okay. So we are here going to discuss the section number 1, that is general physiology, and the chapter number 1 of the section number 1, it is a cell physiology. So let's start the chapter number 1, that is cell physiology, with the simple definition of the cell, that all the living things are the composed of cell. So this is the we know that all living things are composed of cell. A single cell is the smallest unit, has all the characteristics of life. Okay. See, the cell is the smallest unit of living organism. Okay. So below the cell there is no any structure can independently survive. Cell is the smallest structure that can survive, that can live independently in the living organism. So that's why cell is the smallest unit of the living organism. Cell is defined as a structural and functional unit of living organism. Why it is a structural unit? Because cell form every structure of the body. Either it is a liver is formed from hepatic cells, either it is a stomach is formed from the gastric cells. So every structure in the body, it is formed by the cell. Like a brain is formed by the nerve cell, neurons, and also the functional unit, because uh, cell perform each and every functions in the body, like a metabolic function. Cell perform reproduction, cell perform digestion, cell perform excretion, cell perform metabolism. Okay. So that's why cell is a functional unit of the body. See, in stomach, cell perform the function of digestion. The gastric cell in stomach perform the function of digestion. Okay, the control functions of the brain is performed by the nerve cell in the nerve cell. Okay, so like that. Okay. So let's move forward. General characteristics of the cell. Each cell in the body needs nutrition and oxygen. Cell produces its own energy necessary for the growth, repair, and other activity. Okay. Cell eliminate the carbon dioxide and other metabolic wastage. Okay. Means need nutrition and oxygen, repair, produce for the growth, repair, and other activity. Eliminate carbon dioxide and other metabolic waste means it to the function of excretion. Okay. It is the function of excretion. Cell performs the function of excretion, maintains the medium environments for its survival. So the ability of the cell to maintain the medium, this property of the cell is known as homeostasis. We will see homeostasis in further lecture. Homeostasis. Okay, homeostasis. Okay, ability to maintain the external environment, ability to maintain the environment for its survival is called as homeostasis. Okay, we will discuss in the next chapter what is homeostasis. Okay, show the immediate response to the entry of the invader like bacteria and toxic substance in the body, it is called as immunity. Okay, reproduce by division. There are some exceptions like neuron which do not reproduce. Okay, neurons, nerve cells do not reproduce. uh, let's move forward. Tissue is defined as a group of cells having similar function. If you say tissue is the only group of cell, that is a wrong definition. But group of cell having similar function, but the most importantly having same origin. Okay, group of cell having same origin, then we call that group of cell is a tissue. Only group of cell is not a tissue. Okay, so there are major four type of tissue, and we call it a primary tissue. So primary tissue include muscle tissue, nervous tissue, epithelial tissue, and connective tissue. So muscle tissue, there are three types of muscle: skeletal muscle, smooth muscle, and cardiac muscle. Skeletal muscles are voluntary muscles. We can do function on our own with the help of skeletal muscle. Okay, smooth muscle are the involuntary muscle. We cannot do the functions on our own with the help of smooth muscle. Example, muscles of the intestine are the smooth muscle, and muscles of the limbs are the skeletal muscle. Okay. So cardiac muscles are the muscles of the heart. Okay, muscles of the heart. So these are also involuntary muscles. Okay. So skeletal muscles are the striated. They are rough in appearance. Smooth muscle are not striated, so they are smooth in appearance. Cardiac muscle are also rough, and striations are present also on cardiac muscle. So that's why they are the rough in appearance. So next tissue is the nervous tissue, which includes the brain cell, that is the nerve, neurons, and the supporting cells. Third is the epithelial tissue. Epithelial tissue form the covering of the Organs, covering of the structures in the body. So based on the shapes of the epithelial tissue, there are the three types. Squamous epithelial tissue are the flat shaped. Columnar epithelial tissue are like a column. Okay, it is like a column, and the cuboidal epithelial tissue is like a cube shape. Okay, so that's so connective tissue perform the functions of connection. Okay, so blood, you can say blood, bone, age, cartilage, sorry, and connective tissue proper. So cartilage perform the functions of connection of the two bones or bones to muscle. Bones perform the connection of whole body. It is a structural framework of the body. Okay, so blood perform the function of connection by supplying nutrients to all these essential body parts. Okay, so that's it. Let's move forward. Now organ. So organ is defined as a structure that is formed by two or more primary type of tissue. It is formed by two or more primary type of tissue when execute the functions of the organ. Some organs are composed of all four primary type of tissue. Some organ composed of all four primary type of tissue. Okay. The organs are mainly two types. It is important: tubular or the hollow organ, and compact or the parenchymal organ. So example of the compact or parenchymal organ are liver. Okay, we can say brain. You can say kidney. You can say endocrine gland. So basically, what are the compact or the parenchymal organ means? There are no space, there are no cavity in that organ. So these are the compact or the parenchymal organ. What are the tubular or the hollow organ? There is a presence of the cavity or the space in that organ. So that's why we call it a tubular or the hollow organ. Example of the tubular or the hollow organs are stomach, intestine. Okay, so these are the example of the tubular or the hollow organ. So let's move forward. Organ system is defined as a group of organs that work together to carry out the specific functions. Okay, so let's take an example of the digestive system. In digestive system, there are the various organs like stomach, intestine, like a rectum, like a colon, like a mouth, like a esophagus. So these are the various organs. These are the groups of organs that work together to perform the specific functions. In coordination of that organ, they perform the functions of that is a digestion. Okay, so various organ systems include the digestive system, which is concerned with the digestion of food. Excretory system eliminate the unwanted substance. Cardiovascular system is responsible for the transport of substance. So cardiovascular system is the main function of the cardiovascular system is also transport of gases. It transport the oxygen from heart to tissue and carbon dioxide from tissue to the lungs. Okay, respiratory system is concerned with the supply of oxygen and removal of carbon dioxide between lungs and environment. Okay, reproductive system involved in the reproduction of species. Endocrine system is concerned with the growth of the body. So let's take an example of the pituitary gland. Pituitary gland secrete the growth hormone, which is responsible for the growth of the body and regulation and maintenance of the temperature, normal life. Okay, so what does it mean, regulation and maintenance of the normal life? Again, it is an example of homeostasis. We call it the homeostasis. So there is a one structure in the body that is called hypothalamus, which the main function of the hypothalamus is the temperature regulation, which is the endocrine organ. Okay, so by maintaining the temperature, it regulates and maintains the normal life. Okay, so that's it. So musculoskeletal system includes mainly muscles and bone. It is responsible for the stability and movement of the body. Nervous system is control and locomotion and other activity including intellectual function. So locomotion is a function of musculoskeletal system, but the control of locomotion is the function of nervous system. Okay, so that's it for the today's lecture, and we will see the next part in the tomorrow's lecture. Till then, thank you. Okay, thank you. Subscribe the channel, like the video, share the video. Thank you.